In this video, we're going to talk about the personification of nouns, which is a very simple idea. You're going to take some object or force, some idea, and you're going to treat that idea as if it were a person. And so hence we say that the idea was personified, made into a person. And so we have a few examples here, and one thing to note is that personifications are often capitalized because you're naming that person, I guess, and that capital letter tells us that you are using this technique of personification. And you would often find this in poetry or ancient mythology kind of stuff. Crops fail at times, but death always reaps his harvest. In this case, death is personified, and so a capital U or letter D is used. And when it comes to using the pronoun, the his is used, and so his refers to the death. Does death necessarily have to be a he? No, not necessarily, right? So based on your preference, if you want to say she, you can say that. And I don't think that necessarily means it has to be a male or a female. God doesn't have to be a he. Some people prefer to say God is a she. That's fine if that's what you want to do. In some cases, it could be gender specific, that we should think of death as like the Grim Reaper. But in some cases, it might be just kind of a neuter. And we just don't have, in English, we don't have the proper pronoun for it. So in the old days, historically, they used the his. They didn't say death reaps his or her harvest. Okay, that's more modern usage because we're more conscious about gender. Then ire came in, his hand upon his knife is the next line. This is also something that you would find in old literature. His hand upon his knife, because we personified it. Fame smiled, displaying her false teeth. In this case, we took Fame and we personified it as a she. And that's kind of arbitrary. It's what the author wants to do. If the author wants to call Fame a she, fine. Why not? Let's try it. Can you write a sentence that personifies an idea? And when you do that, it usually turns out kind of poetic and it's very interesting. So in the comment boxes under the video, I would appreciate it if you leave us a personification sentence of your own. It would be interesting to study for other students as well. The book that we're using is English Made Simple. If you use the Amazon.com link from hopegof.org, just go to the website and use the link from there, and Amazon will make a very small donation back to the charity.